Welcome to Part 2 of America's Freedom Seminar.
Now it's your turn to take a stand. Try your knowledge of human nature in selecting a candidate for public office. The following is a real example from the past. The question you'll need to answer is this candidate good or evil? Would you vote for this man who declares,
I promise to protect the Constitution and all of our citizens. We promise a new beginning by burning the past. We promise to undo the damage from the prior administration. We promise to save the family, morality, and faith. We promise to unify a troubled nation to bring about change.
Have you heard of this somewhere before?
We promise to make our national troubles top priority, so help us God.
Does this candidate believe in God?
We promise to revive Christianity and the family as our moral base.
Is the candidate a Christian?
We promise to control the economy that was so ruined by the prior administration. We promise to help the poor. We promise to abolish unemployment. We promise to strengthen our weak currency. We promise equal rights and freedom to all. We promise all this in the next 4 years.
Will you vote for this man? This was the Berlin Proclamation to the German nation, February 1st, 1933, by Adolf Hitler, an amoral socialist dictator who lied, stole, murdered, and was all about himself. Here is a brief sketch of the candidate. He was a poor student, daydreamer. He avoids steady work, known to eat at soup kitchens. He hates Jews, Slavs, and other ethnic groups. He feels religion is only for weaklings. He only became a corporal in the German army. And if you hate war, he despises you in return. He becomes the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, Nazi for short. Let us recall that socialists use deceit to get their way. Hitler was a skillful schemer, politician, and organizer. He's moody and easily angered. Note that last characteristic. Remember Leonard Read's declaration that liberty is advanced only by those who are happy, never by angry people. So why do we talk about Marxists and socialists in a freedom seminar? Slavery, freedom. We don't appreciate our own blessings without understanding their opposite. Contrasts are the only way we understand anything at all, or value anything at all, or want anything at all. Contrasts. Now let's discuss a very important key to understanding how our enemies work to deceive us into voluntarily giving away our freedom. When they cannot conquer us directly, the enemies of freedom try to confuse and divide us internally, in order to dissolve our peaceful political bonds and then conquer a weakened, vulnerable United States. Do you think that is impossible? Are we too strong for that? Let's look at one of the early and very major perpetrators. We're quoting Henry Weaver from The Mainspring of Human Progress.
The principal secret weapon is traceable to Lenin, who allegedly instructed his followers to first confuse the vocabulary. Their techniques are skillfully designed to take advantage of our virtues and to turn them into weaknesses.
In other words, they loudly redefine our favorite positive words that give us strength, to confuse us, and then misuse these words to achieve their sinister goals. We're going to give some examples coming up. Yes, we can be deceived by our lower human nature if we're not careful. Here is the Marxist socialist carrot.
We offer you freedom for all, equality, your right to a job, free old age care, free education and health care.
In short, you don't have to carry the burden of individual responsibility for your happiness.
Because the government will take care of you.
Always remember, Marxists and most socialists believe the end justifies the means. Therefore, they often reject honesty, love of others, and instead are totally dedicated to power for themselves at your expense. But they'll never admit that to you. Only the truth will make you free. We hope this seminar will help you see through the confusion. One of the greatest aids in this quest is The 5,000-Year Leap by W. Cleon Skousen. Although originally published in 1981, it has resurfaced as a classic and clear presentation of the ideas that made America the greatest nation in the world. Here's a brief overview. In it, you will discover the founder's basic beliefs in easy-to-read language. You will discover the genius of natural law, God's law. You will better understand equal rights. What is right and left will be clarified. How do you get the powers of government in balance? Property rights and why they are important. And the vital necessity of rule by law instead of rule by the whims of men who cannot properly manage the great powers the government permits its leaders to use. In the next lesson, we'll talk about labels and false word definitions.